A lot of Parkland survivors have experienced like being put on a pedestal because we experienced like something so catastrophic. We are much more than that experience and much more than that day. Empathy is more than just being kind or understanding of someone's experience, but also supporting them through the journey of the wins of trauma as well.
The Courage Museum is an immersive learning center that is specifically designed to take individuals on a journey of self-reflection, of healing, and action to understand the causes and impacts of hate, discrimination, and violence in our world, and understand what they can do to be part of the solution.
Somebody's own story, their own narrative, that's where you find these gems of change. There's a spark with somebody who you wouldn't assume you'd have a connection with, and boom, your head opens, your heart opens.
The Empathy Mirrors are a series of 13 individual installations, each featuring a survivor of violence. And they're sort of like a pure distillation of a documentary interview with a single person, where you sit and you'll have this intimate experience with this one person who brings you into their world and tells the full story of probably the most traumatic thing that's happened to them and how they came out of it.
Futures Without Violence knows that they want to get high school students in here experiencing these exhibits. There's this built-in opportunity to impact young audiences is really exciting for me.
When I was doing my preparations for the Empathy Mirror, I started to think about all the moments in the 3 years where people could have stepped in, which is why I'm so excited for the Courage Museum, because I can just already see educators, parents, students coming to the museum to be able to recognize that, hey, maybe this isn't actually normal.
It wasn't even called domestic violence then. When the police came out, they just looked at me and said, "Do better," and slapped him on the arm and walked off. The education of this and what we're doing is the most important thing, because I think once it was named for me, I could then deal with it.
There were some days that I felt like giving up, and I choose, had that person telling me, you can do it. Sharing my story, I want to choose people to know that you're not alone, you got this.
You demonize anything you don't understand. That's all we're really trying to do, is just humanize what is a face that most people have never met.
But I just wanted, when people look at me, they don't see some example. They see a person, a human, who is funny and beautiful.
This is the world I want to live in, where people accept each other and are grateful for the stories and the courage.
When we deny our story, it defines us. And when we own our story, we can write a brave new ending. The Courage Museum, we're writing a brave new beginning to create a new kind of society where this kind of violence is not part of the experience.